come to this happy place, welcome.
News team, assemble!
Joining us live because if you want to know anything about the Outer Banks, Sam Walker's the dude to fill you in.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli.
Always appreciate talking to you.
Always good stuff with Sam Walker in the Outer Banks.
Now here's Les Nessman and the news. Thank God it's Friday!
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to OBX Today, Friday, October 22nd, 2021.
Thank God it's Friday!
Welcome along as we wrap up this work week, get you set for the weekend, and get you caught up on all the news, sports, and weather. The weather right now, as you can see, our live shot from South Nags Head this morning from Whalebone Junction. Clouds and a few showers offshore. This front that's getting ready to come through tonight. Not as much precipitation ahead of it right now, but that may change as the day goes on. We do have the chance of getting some showers and thunderstorms. There's a live shot from Avon this morning. A little better surf down there on Hatteras Island, and the pier's already loaded up. Blues and Spanish have been running the last couple of days. I mean, it was elbow to elbow at Avon yesterday, and all the piers are having some good fishing right now. We got the beach buggy fishing tournament going on all night last night and continues today down on Hatteras Island, and things cranking up for the fall fishing season. So, of course, you can get our daily fishing reports from Cap Marty at obxtoday.com. And tomorrow, don't forget the extended edition of The Other Side of Fishing with Captain Marty and Jody and a band of thousands on Beach 104 and Big 94.5 WCMS and obxtoday.com. If you miss it on the morning, 6:30 to 8:30, you can catch it as a podcast. And, of course, we got our new show, Bucks and Ducks with Autumn, over on Big 94.5 WCMS, talking hunting on Sunday mornings at 7 o'clock on Big 94.5 WCMS. Let's get into the headlines this morning. We got a couple of crashes that are happened yesterday. Really messed up traffic all up and down the beach and on the mainland as well. The first one happened 9:30-ish or so. That happening in Nags Head at Barn Street intersection on the bypass. An SUV and a pickup, rather a dump truck involved. According to Nags Head Police, a 63-year-old man from Nags Head was driving the SUV, was transported to the Outer Banks Hospital for treatment. The driver of the dump truck, a 51-year-old from Kitty Hawk, the cause of the crash still under investigation by the police, Nags Head Police, and we'll get some updates on that today. Around midday, around 12 o'clock or so, we had a crash on the Knapp Memorial Bridge. That's in Coinjock. The southbound side was tied up for about 2 hours or so because of that wreck, and that is also still under investigation. And again, we'll get the deets from the Highway Patrol later today on that. And finally, we had the wreck that happened yesterday around 2:45 at the Midway intersection. That is the US 64 Highway 345 intersection on Roanoke Island. You come into Manio. And that involved a tractor trailer, a lowboy tractor trailer, and a sheriff's deputy vehicle. And then also a camper being pulled by a pickup truck was also involved in that. And that backed things up for quite a while in Mania until they could get that cleared. And again, we got call into the Highway Patrol today, and they'll get us all the details on those. And we'll update them for you at obxtoday.com once we get all the info on that. We got some new information regarding a chase and crash that happened in Camden County on Wednesday. That chase that started in Currituck and then on 158 and then continued on over to Camden. A BMW crashed into a school bus, Camden Elementary school bus, with 50 kids on board and the driver. One of the students was shaken up a little bit. Thankfully, that was the only report of an injury. Although the driver of the vehicle that was that was involved in the chase, it caused that crash, was also treated, and the Highway Patrol is giving out details now on that. Daily Advance has got the details. Shelton Gordon Jr., 20-year-old from Elizabeth City, is charged with felony fleeing to elude arrest. Reckless driving and other charges are still being processed. The Highway Patrol is going to present its investigation to the district attorney's office, which may file additional charges on that. Happened around 3 o'clock. The chase actually started again in Currituck in front of the high school, middle school on 158. This BMW was driving a high rate of speed through the school zone there. And Currituck deputies started the chase. And then as it got into Camden, the Camden Sheriff's Office picked up the pursuit with speeds during the chase reaching 120 to 125 miles an hour. Camden Sheriff Kevin Jones told his deputies to back off as they got close to the Camden High School zone between Bellcross, or in the Camden Village. They actually told them to start backing down between Bellcross and Camden. And before it got to the village, the BMW crashed into the school bus at Gumberry Road. Let's see, the driver of that BMW actually was initially taken to Centera Albemarle Medical Center in Elizabeth City, then flown to Centera Norfolk General Hospital for treatment. He had been released as of Thursday. But again, charges against that driver, 20-year-old Shelton Gordon Jr. of Elizabeth City. There's more charges pending in that case. All right, Joy Chris got a story up at islandfreepress.org this yesterday, and we'll have it up for you at obxtoday.com on the H2O page in just a little bit. There is some more progress on some changes to, or I say changes, but getting a chance to weigh in on Hatteras Inlet dredging and possibly a realignment of the Rollinson Channel in Hatteras Inlet. A public comment period is now open on how to address future dredging in Hatteras Inlet. It's a years-long process that's been going on, but this is a big step to make the inlet more navigable for the NCDOT Ferry Division, as well as everybody that uses it, such as charter boats and commercial fishing vessels. The public comment period running now through November 18th and corresponds with a draft environmental assessment by the Army Corps of Engineers on potentially realigning the Hatteras Ferry Channel. Maintenance of Hatteras Inlet's navigation channels has been a constant goal of the Dare County Waterways Commission and local stakeholders. Much of the frustration in recent years has been directed at the fragmented regulatory status of the inlet, some federal, some state, some neither, some both. Realignment of the federal channel could help address those gaps. The comment period's going on right now. Now there are there's two options being considered. One would allow dredging only between October through March, although emergency dredging could be done in the summer with special permission. That's happened several times over the last couple of years. But alternative 3 is the one that really is what's needed to get Hatteras Inlet straight, and that would be to allow year-round dredging without having to get special permission first. Creature Culture, who is, of course, a charter boat captain in Hatteras, and has been long an advocate for the inlet and is on the Dare County Waterways Commission, said what it boils down to is they want option 3 that would allow year-round dredging, the use of federal tax dollars to maintain the inlets, and there may also be a new offshore dump site established on the east side of Hatteras Inlet. That would help a lot for sure. 5 of the dredging events over the past 2 years have been outside the current October to March window, and that the delays involved in asking for permission to dredge are inherently costly. Alternative 3 would essentially sidestep the lengthy process to obtain special permits to dredge in the summer when the channel is at its most treacherous and most popular, and would allow the Corps of Engineers to dredge whenever there is an immediate need. Now, and one thing that is supposed to help is this dredge that's under construction now, that Dare County is going to run, although it is more geared towards Oregon Inlet. It's more designed to handle Oregon Inlet, but there is some talk that if they can get that dredge in, at least it gives another opportunity to get dredging done when it's absolutely necessary. But realigning the channel so the ferry run isn't so long, but also getting a better alternative. And actually what they're talking about doing, and I'll pull up here what the alternative that they're looking at is. This map, if I can get this to zoom down, But what it would do would be to allow a cut from Barney Slough closer to the inlet. So instead of having to make that hour-long trip all the way out and around in the naturally occurring deep water in the Pamlico Sound, this would allow a corridor to be cut between Barney Slough and Sloop Channel. And that would shorten the distance that the ferries are having to go, shorten the distance for the charter boats to have to go to get out into Hatteras Inlet, but also widen the area that could be dredged between the tip of Ocracoke Inlet and farther out into the Inlet Gorge, and get rid of this area right here, or at least having better access, being able to get rid of that area that has been shoaling for the last couple of years and really caused problems. And if you look down here on this map, there's two areas that they would actually be allowed to dump the dredge spoil, one off Ocracoke and one off the eastern tip, or rather the southern tip of Hatteras Island. And then also there is what's called the Cora June placement area, and that's a dredge island out here in the inlet, or on the back side of the spit of Hatteras Island. So the comment period's going on now through November, but I mean, we're still looking at another year probably before all this process is done. So the big thing is trying to open up things by next year to be able to dredge during the summer, something that's not been allowed for quite some time in Hatteras Inlet, or still not allowed in Hatteras Inlet. Finally, today's groundbreaking for the new school in Ocracoke. That's scheduled for 1:30 this afternoon. That new building would be built much higher so that it can avoid flooding. It would be at 5 feet above ground, 7.5 feet above sea level. That would come in line with the new flood regulations, elevation ordinance that's in Ocracoke. Steve Bassnight, who's superintendent of Hyde County Schools, he's going to be on our friend Peter Vankevich today on what's happening on Ocracoke over on WOVV. That's the community radio station in Ocracoke at 11:30 today, and you can listen to that at WOVV.org. All right, we'll step aside for a moment and come back here on OBX Today.
Our pet of the week for this week is Roger. This sweet boy came to us from another shelter. Roger was emaciated and clearly not taken care of in his past life. Even though Roger did not feel good, he gave us all the kisses and loves to give hugs. His entire body will wiggle when he sees people, and he has the best head tilt. Roger is gaining weight and feels much better. He could go home with a family and another dog. To adopt Roger or foster one of our other animals, you can come visit us Tuesday through Sunday at our shelter located in Manteo. This week, join us here at the shelter for a volunteer orientation Saturday the 23rd at 11 a.m. This is a brilliant opportunity to get involved with helping our cats and dogs. For more information, visit our website at www.obxspca.org or visit our OBX SPCA Facebook page. Our pet.
All right, we're back on OBX Today here on Facebook and YouTube. Glad you're along with us on this Friday morning.
Thank God it's Friday!
The town of Mania is going to have a community visioning session that's going to be coming up Wednesday at 5:30 at the town hall. Currently, the town's collecting responses from a survey that was released in September in regards to the comprehensive and CAMA land use plan update. And the community asked for help in providing feedback on future growth and development for Manio. The information collected from the survey will be used to help with the next steps moving forward at this community vision session. Of course, it looked like, or we talked about earlier this week that James Ayers, who's the town manager of Manio, is going to be stepping down in December. That announcement coming on Wednesday. So not sure how that's going to impact things there, but the town of Manio also has a public hearing set up for this coming week. The commissioners are going to be talking about changing regulations with regards to upland wetlands and filling those. And that's part of that CAMA land use plan discussion that we just talked about that's been surveyed. Information coming out on COVID-19 locally. Two major healthcare systems operate medical facilities in the region. Now, Surrey have more than 90% of their employees are now fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Centera Healthcare announcing 94% of its almost 30,000 employees in northeastern North Carolina and southeastern Virginia have been vaccinated. Another 3% have received its first dose. Chesapeake Regional announced that 92% of its 2,450 employees are fully vaccinated, and another 6% have complied with the health system's vaccination policy. Testing positive for coronavirus in North Carolina, that rate has dropped to 5.1%. That's almost where the state Department of Health and Human Services wants it. That's the lowest since mid-July. Just under 3,000 new cases reported yesterday. 1,700 people hospitalized in North Carolina with COVID-19. Pfizer releasing data from a recent study yesterday during the Delta variant surge that indicated its booster shot was 95.6% effective in fighting off COVID-19. Meanwhile, the Centers for Disease Control says that there are 1.3 times as many booster shots being administered each day in the U.S. than first shots of coronavirus vaccines. That's been a national report, but some local pharmacists, and including one I live with, has said that they're seeing a lot more people getting their first or second doses than they are getting the booster shot of late. All right. Let's see. Also, yesterday announced the 3 Outer Banks National Parks have been chosen for an Open Outdoors for Kids grant for the National Park Foundation to help pay for field trips for students at 12 schools in Currituck, Dare, and Terrell counties. Through a partnership with Outer Banks Forever, the official nonprofit partner of Cape Hatteras National Seashore, Wright Brothers National Memorial, and Fort Raleigh National Historic Site. The $7,400 grant will cover transportation costs for students at Title I schools, which have at least 40% of students from low-income families. Open Outdoors for Kids is an initiative for the National Park Foundation to connect more kids to their national parks through fun and engaging activities. Jessica Green, who is, of course, director of the Outer Banks Forever, said they're thrilled to be able to provide this opportunity for teachers to get their students out of the classroom to learn about and experience the unique history and environment found in our Outer Banks National Parks, something a surprising number of students from these local counties have never done. Through field trips, the field trips are tailored to current academic curricula for 4th grade students learning about North Carolina history. All students attending the Title I schools in Currituck, Dare, and Terrell are eligible to participate in the field trips to the parks. And we got some more info about that at obxtoday.com. Jam Media Solutions, now your one-stop shop website design and maintenance company. We've got you now covered at Jam Digital Services. WordPress powers approximately 1/3 of all the web, including some of the largest and most complex properties on the internet. For businesses, your website is a face for your company online. Jam Digital Services puts your best face forward with a beautiful custom designed website that looks and functions great on all devices from desktop to mobile. All packages include basic SEO services to help your website rank highly on Google and Bing, along with social media integration and contact forms to help customers reach you easily. And you won't have to find a home for your website either. All packages include fast, secure hosting and maintenance and security updates for one fair monthly price. Jam Digital Services also will soon be providing additional services such as email marketing, mobile geofencing, search and site retargeting, and video services. For more information, visit jamdigitalservices.com or click on the link at obxtoday.com and see how we can build a website for you. More OBX Today is coming up after this.
Get ready for the Dare to Scare 5K and Sweet Treat Fun Run on Saturday, October 23rd. Sponsored by the Dare County Center. The 3.1-mile course begins at the Coastal Studies Institute, winding through Psycho and along the trails ending at the Dare County Center. This is a rain or shine event, with all proceeds benefiting the Dare County Center annual toy drive. So get ready for the Dare to Scare 5K and Sweet Treat Fun Run on Saturday, October 23rd. For more information, to register, or to volunteer, go to www.darenc.com/DC Center.
All right, back here on OBX Today on this beautiful, well, somewhat beautiful. It's all right. It's not too bad. A little rainy. A few showers offshore right now. We'll talk more about the OBX Today Weather Center forecast in a few moments. Tomorrow, the Drug Enforcement Agency across the country with Operation Medicine Drop going on at law enforcement offices across the state and across the country, and other drop boxes and events. There'll be take-back events going on at various locations. The town of Duck Police Department will have one tomorrow from 10 to 2. You can go to safekidsnc.org to find out more about where there's a place to drop off where you're at. You can also search for the Operation Medicine Drop. So if you're not here in Northeastern North Carolina, wherever you are watching in the country, around the continent this morning, you can go to search Operation Medicine Drop, and you'll find somewhere close to you where you can drop off all those unused and unwanted items, drug items, prescriptions, instead of throwing them away, which is unsafe, not only for the water, but people get them. So, drop them off tomorrow with Operation Medicine Drop. The new Rodanthe boat ramp and dock at the end of Myrna Peters Road has been completed, is now open to the public. A Rodanthe Way Salvo Civic Association announced that. Officially named the Rodanthe Boating Access Area is located behind the Rodanthe Way Salvo Community Building, adjacent to the emergency ferry docks and the dump, the recycling center in Rodanthe. It has a 2-lane boat dock with a 60-foot long center floating dock and a courtesy platform, as well as newly established parking spaces that can accommodate up to 16 vehicles with trailers. The ramp goes 17 feet down to the water and then connects with the Blackmar Gut, which is the federal navigation channel that goes out into Pamlico Sound. Crews for the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission have been working in conjunction with Dare County to complete construction of the new boat ramp since this March, when the original Soundside boat launch area was closed to public for the project. Plans for the proposed boat ramp and dock have been in the works since March of 2017. Land where the Rodanthe boating access is located is owned by Dare County, and they partnered with the Wildlife Resources Commission on this project. And you can check out more at darenc.com to find out more. Our friend Joy Chris has got some good photos of that new ramp right now at islandfreepress.org, and we'll get to the link up at obxtoday.com on the H2O page all about it. All right, story that I picked up yesterday. Got to give the folks in Ohio some grief for what happened yesterday. They released a new license plate. This is going to be the standard license plate for the state of Ohio. And, well, it's probably not, let's just put it this way. They screwed up a little bit, a whole lot. They do have this license plate that's got the right flyer across the top. It's, well, let me show it to you. This is what it looks like, at least the top does. And the problem is, if I can get it here, here you go. This is what the top looks like. The problem is, see the right flyer? It's backwards. It's looking like it's towing a banner that says Birthplace of Aviation from the front of the plane. The rudder, this right here, the vertical rudder. Yeah, that's the back. That's the front of the plane, not the back. And needless to say, we had a little fun with it. Our friends at NCDOT had some fun with this. They said, y'all leave Ohio alone. They wouldn't know. They weren't there. There's a lot of chatter on the Twitter. I pointed it out that they got it backwards. Governor DeWine said showing off a new license plate, one of the fun parts being governor. Then they got it backwards. But the state of Ohio's Bureau of Motor Vehicles, the BMV, as opposed to our DMV, they said, we knew it. Well, we are aware that we got it backwards. Here's how the plate's going to look. We are going to fix it. And they already had a design that fixed the plane before it goes out. This is going to be the new standard plate that's just given out to anybody that needs a new license plate in Ohio. So anyway, if you want to check that out, you can go to obxtoday.com, and I got it for you right there. Nice job, guys. Nice job. All right, in sports, high school football, next to last week of the regular season. Tonight, Mania is home to take on Hertford County. First light travel in the Pasquotank. You've got, let's see, get back to this camera, and then go back to our script. Northeastern's at Currituck, Camden at Edenton, Gates at Perquimans, and Northside hosts Lejeune. The high school volleyball playoffs get underway tomorrow with first-round matches. First light will be at CB Aycock. Currituck hosts Dixon. In 2A, Manio is at Southwest Edgecombe. Edenton travels to Bartlett Yancey, all the way out the other side of Greensboro. Camden, the top seed in 2A East, is hosting Heidi Trask. In 1A, Gates is at East Columbus. Ocracoke will head over to Northside. Cape Hatteras hosts North Duplin. And top seed Perquimans will host River Mill Academy. In Major League Baseball playoffs last night, Dodgers beat Atlanta 11-2. The Braves still at 3-2 in that series. Game 6 is tomorrow. Game 6 tonight in Houston as the Astros up 3-2 on Boston. NFL last night, Cleveland beat Denver 17-14. NHL, Carolina goes to Montreal and wins 4-1. NASCAR at Kansas this weekend. The Xfinity Series tomorrow at 2:30. The Cup Series Sunday at 2 over on Big 94.5 WCMS. And Formula One's back in the United States after not running in 2020 here, staying in Europe and Asia. They are going to run at Austin at the Circuit of the Americas this weekend. Fast practice coming up today and tomorrow, then qualifying, or tomorrow. The FP1 and 2 sessions today, and then qualifying tomorrow with the race on Sunday in the U.S. Grand Prix. All right, turning to the tropical weather update for this morning, and there's not a whole lot to talk about. In fact, nothing, absolutely nothing this morning on the National Hurricane Center's map for the next 5 days. Still very quiet. The models are showing a little bit of possible activity in the next 10 days. Maybe the end of next week might see a little bit down in the Caribbean. Here's the latest satellite of what's going on. There's nothing. The intertropical zone, there's some waves here that just don't have anything helping. They look decent. That one there looks rather decent in the middle of the Atlantic. But there really is nothing there. The activity is just not cranking up. Some of that has to do with the upper level winds are not favorable. We're just seeing these waves develop, but there's really not much movement to them. And rather than having that uplifting helps build those storms up, it's just not happening. But you see that one wave there. There's a little bit of activity coming off of Africa now that might bear a little watching, but really nothing showing. Back off the leewards, in fact, you can see things are just going the opposite direction of where they need to be to allow any tropical development. Same thing up here off of Jamaica. Hispaniola, some showers. A little cluster up off the Keys that's being watched. I mean, when I say not being watched, it really just shows you can see it's just getting sheared off. And then the same thing, here's that front that's coming across us today, back over central North Carolina right now. And really, the bulk of the energy from that is way down south. Let's see if I can pull up the radar here and show you. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really up on the radar right now. A few showers offshore. A little shower getting ready to come across Kill Hills and Nag's Head right now. And then we got some shower activity back off to the west. That's over Gates and Hertford counties this morning and back up in the south side, Virginia. But the energy really, from looking at those storms, is down south, looks like. So we're probably not going to see much out of this. Maybe some showers. And again, that's going to have it's going to have everything to do with what happens with the heating of the day today here locally. And our OBX Today Weather Center forecast for today is calling for cloudy skies and some showers possible. We'll start out partly sunny. Best chance of showers late in the day. We'll get some heating in the day with highs up around 80, maybe inland areas get up to around 83, 85. And the shower and thunderstorm activity could fire off. Southwest winds at 10 to 15, gusts to 20. Tonight, Some showers and storms. They'll be ending after midnight. Mostly cloudy with a low 63. West winds around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Then Saturday, sunny. High 73 with a northwest wind of around 5 to 10. Clear and 59 Saturday night. Sunday, sunny and 76. Monday, sunny and 79. Tuesday, partly sunny. Another chance of showers with a front coming through in 77. That's a weak one. Wednesday, sunny and 73. Thursday and Friday, looks like we got a pretty decent front that's going to be rolling across the end of next week. That may bring some showers and storms. And once that gets offshore, that's the one we're going to watch, see what the energy does off of that, and whether or not anything develops offshore tropical. That may give us our best chance at anything tropical in the next 10 days. Will be that front coming off if it spins some low pressure off the bottom of it as it gets out into the Bahamas. The coastal marine forecast today, we do have a small craft advisory pinned up with southwest winds 15 to 20. 2 to 3 foot waves in the sound, seas 2 to 4 feet. Low risk of rip currents, Corolla to Buxton. Moderate for Frisco, Hatteras, and Ocracoke. And water temperatures 71 Duck, 68 Nags Head, Rodanthe 69, Avon 70, Oregon Inlet Fishing Center at 68, Hatteras Ferry Dock at 73. Next tide change at Oregon Inlet, that's a high tide at 9:37. Sunset tonight at 6:17. Sunrise tomorrow at 7:16. Currently outside the studios in Uptown Nags Head, overcast skies, few scattered showers around, and 67 degrees. And that is going to do it for OBX Today here on the OBX Today Facebook page and on the Sam Walker OBX YouTube channel. We'll be back with you Monday from a remote location. And, I'm going to hit the road. Check out OBX Pass Holder on social media. Brand new account. I'm starting it up. Going to start documenting some things. Going to be showing folks how to want to know. We've had a lot of requests for this. About traveling down to the most magical place on Earth and here on the Outer Banks. We're going to kind of mix it up and do both. So check that out. So anyway, have yourself a great weekend, everybody. We will see you back here on Monday morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.